All right, YouTube. So it's been a while, but here's an update for you. I finally got my full capacity on board. I'm running a 60 amp hour at 97.2 volts. I'm running these Honda Fit Skib LTO cells that I get from Green Tech Auto. Amazing price, amazing cells. Um, I can't say enough about them. I'm baffled. Anyhow, you can either buy one from China that looks good but doesn't perform. or you can go to Green Tech Auto and spend less money and get a million times more value in performance. So anyhow, well, I won't keep trying to sell their product for you, but I'm extremely excited about these batteries. They are heavy. This is 135 pounds worth of battery. Could have cut the weight in half if I went with lithium ion. But I wanted all the benefits of this cell, and I built around it. This bike's so freaking light. Yeah, I'm happy with the 60-mile range of ripping, hauling ass. I really should have done this building a sport bike, but I love my Harley, so it is what it is. Yeah, so I'm running 2 onboard cycle satiator chargers. I'm going to plan on doing away with that in the future and going with a new system from Thunder Electronics that's got actual EV chargers to where I can charge at charge stations. Right now I've got 50 foot of extension cord in my fuel tank and to the 2 onboard chargers, so anywhere I can get to a 110 outlet, I just grab that loom, pull my extension cord out of the tank, and anywhere I can get to a 110 outlet within 50 feet of the bike, which I guess if I can't get damn near get the bike just about anywhere anyhow, so 50 feet might be a little overkill, but anyhow it's in there just in case. And then I did change controllers. I am still going with a Kelly controller company, but this is a much more capable controller. The one they send with this kit, with the QS motor, it's just enough to get you going, really. But if you want to push the limits of that, the one that it comes with is not capable of it. So I upgraded to another Kelly controller. This is a KLS model. Yeah, it's Bluetooth capable. That's what I'm using to program it with. I was originally programming with my laptop, but the Bluetooth is seamless. And I program constantly on the side of the road immediately and then go right back out and test ride. And people are like, well, why do you need to program it all the time? So I like to tune. I used to race RC cars. I fly freestyle drones, and I build all my own stuff. And just tuning them for whatever characteristics you might want to have for whatever stretch of road you're riding that time of day, or how whatever behavior you might be doing, or if you want to be more efficient or more playful. And that's the whole idea of it. Anyhow, it's a Bluetooth, so charge it, change it, program it. And then so I'm going with a 48 volt lithium ion battery on the down tube. That's running my 12 volt side, and then of course that's being ran through a DC to DC converter. That's running my headlight, my high and low beams, my tail lights, all my LEDs. It's not loud, obviously, so I need to be seen. So I've got LED lights running down these front down tubes on both sides, and then the tank is underlit all the way through. And then the back down supports, I've got LEDs on the back side of this bar here, up and under the fender, and then down the underside, and then everything's evenly lit, so both sides, everything obviously. And then still running the mechanical speedometer and my trip meter. Yesterday when I went around, I just went 26.2 miles. Just had to go into town. I'm trying to get a front brake assembly. I'm gonna finally do that after all these years. This bike is extremely more capable than the 900 iron that was in it, and then doing speed runs. Occasionally, for whatever reason, four-wheelers like to hammer their brakes in front of you once they see you coming up at a rate of speed, and a set of front brakes on here would be really nice instead of relying on the regen and rear brake. But anyhow, so there she is, my full voltage. I'm at full charge, 83.3 volts, or excuse me, 98.3 volts. And then I've got dual lockouts because I run my 12 volt side on one switch, and then the controller you know, and the drive side on another switch, which this is actually my original Harley ignition switch. And then still running a mechanical twist throttle. Same exact setup I had in my S&S carburetor that was on here, and I just wanted to keep it kind of old school. I have a couple of throttles now that are Hall censored that are 1-inch bar, but they originally sent me one that was for 7/8 inch bar, and I got impatient and decided to make my own assembly out of a pot box throttle, a potentiometer. So I gutted this, used the armature and all the stuff and the housing, and then broke apart the Hall sensor throttle that I had that was 7/8, and then took those internals and I you know, fixed them inside here, inside this box. So now that this potentiometer pot box throttle is now a Hall box throttle that I'm running on my mechanical throttle cable. And the reason I'm doing that, I just feel that it's less likely to be tampered with. If you've got a Hall throttle assembly up on the handlebar and somebody wants to disable your vehicle for whatever reason, and they cut that cable coming out of your throttle assembly, and you're done until you rewire it, you know, and if they don't, you know, rip it out altogether. But this, if they tamper with it, it's still going to function as is. Or if the cable breaks, I can still manually throttle it at least. There's still an option here.